What is going on? How is everybody doing? A little bit of a change of a pace. We're over here on this channel now. Yeah, a little bit. I figured I might as well do this here just because, well, the other one is, after 14 days, they essentially deleted on Twitch. And those of you that were following me this morning, we had a pretty good stream. We were 4 hours deep going into it, really following the politics, giving you lots of opinions. But of course, because that feed is going to get deleted, I figured I might as well do it here so we could always look back at this, because this is kind of a memorable moment. Not a good one. Not a good one. Of course, one might say it's a little bit too early, but as always, I like to be pretty accurate in my assessments. Oh, wow, this is weird looking at all the names with nothing on the side of it. Okay, so let me let some people get up in here before we get this jumping and popping off. What's up, Tracy? What's going on, brother? I'm going to share some screens with you. I'm going to tell you the situational awareness, what we're doing, what's going to happen, what's going to go down. I'm going to go over some other people. So you guys know, you've been watching me for a while. I'm very, very center. I don't really lean towards, that's where you do it, towards, but shittily. I don't really lean towards the right, and I don't really lean towards the left. I just kind of sit somewhere right in the center. And obviously this is political, as you can tell by the title. But, and the reason for that is, as I go by the policies, not the individual. As shitty as the person may be, as long as they have the good foundation, something that I believe in, that I'm going to support that person, especially if they're already the president of the United States. You know, when Donald Trump was running, I made it very, very clear. I was talking to Andy, and I was telling him, listen, man, the guy that used to come into the shop all the time, Andy Sigranella, absolutely amazing dude. He used to tell him all the time, is Donald Trump's going to win? He's like, nah, man, Ted Cruz got it. And Donald Trump ended up winning. And, later on down the trail, he was like, oh, I want Donald Trump to win. And he won. And it was a matter of not being a politician, being a businessman is what made him really shine, is people wanted something different. But oddly, when you look at the numbers of Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton, whether you call her Hillary Clinton, it doesn't really matter what you call her. I don't even know if people call her that. That just came on the top of my head. That's what she said, not to me. Okay, so anyway, the situation was she had won the popular vote, but he had won electoral. Like, electoral college, for those of you that don't know, is essentially real simple. The majority of the state, whatever they vote on, like let's just say 51% of the state votes on blue, and that electoral vote, that is a number given by each state, and kind of their level of importance is going to get all of those votes, not some of them. They're not split. The only ones that are really split are Maine and Nebraska, which kind of have a different direction as a whole, but it doesn't really matter because, no offense, those numbers aren't really that big. What are big are swing states, and swing states are states, for lack of better terms, are one election year going to be blue, the next one going to be red. They're all over the place, and they're usually very, very populated places. We'll take California. That's not really a swing state, but it usually goes Democrat, but it was red for a very long period of time. And then, of course, you have places like Texas, which is very much for guns, so all about Donald Trump. And, well, I don't really need to get into it. I'm not going to break that down. But what's important that I want to go over is the situation with Joe Biden and Donald Trump today. I'm not one of those people that get emotional. If something doesn't go my way, I kind of chalk it up, and it is what it is. Well, for those of you that have been following elections for a long time, or presidential campaigns, you'll be very familiar with the Al Gore and George Bush Jr., the little situation that happened in Florida where it was over 500 votes. 535, 500. It was a weird number, 537, 539. And then it went to the Supreme Court. It went to the Supreme Court of Florida, then the Supreme Court 5-4, and then back to the Supreme Court again Florida. And essentially, Al Gore just conceded, and George Bush was the president for the year 2000. Well, we're in kind of a similar situation right now. The only difference, though, is it's not 500 votes. Now, I've been having this conversation literally all friggin' day, and last night while I was playing on my little gaming platform, basically about who's going to win. And I've told people this time and time again. As much as I would love Donald Trump to be president, I don't think he's going to win. I want him to win, but he's not going to. And I'm going to go with that right now again. And I'm going to explain why. Well, when you look at the map of where we're at today, right now, it's not a good situation. This is the map that we're looking at. Now, what you're looking at is essentially real simple. You have red, blue, and the first one to hit 270 wins the game. That is the name of it, and that's the one we're playing. So if you look at the top up here, you'll see Joe Biden at 264. Well, I just got news of this about 5 minutes ago, just browsing and refreshing this consistently, and Donald Trump's at 214. Now, I'm going to give you some situational things that I don't really think are going to happen, because when I was watching this earlier and doing my stream on Twitch, I mean, you can go back and watch it, although it'll probably be deleted. I'll put a link in the description down below, or one of the moderators will post it in the live chat right now. Not 100% sure that they'll do the live chat one. Anyway, so while I was watching it today earlier, something that was really, really key focus was Wisconsin and Michigan. I kind of labeled Wisichigan because, well, those were the two that were floating. And when you look at them, they're worth 10 and 16, so 26 points. So no matter how you look at this map situation, 270, all Joe Biden has to do is win Nevada. And when you look at the numbers right there, with a 75% reporting in, you see Joe Biden at a 49.3 and Donald Trump at 48.7. You're going to watch a lot of, let me go into the scenario situation. So the only way that Donald Trump could win right now is being at 214, you'd have to win Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, and then Nevada. Now, when you look at Georgia, Donald Trump is winning, but it's still not closed. It was at 99% earlier, 98%, 95%. Now it's back at 97%. But that number is going to keep fluctuating. I think right now where we're at, they're kind of doing the county as to where I think Atlanta is. I believe that's where they're at. It's not really important. But this is considered a swing state, as is North Carolina. But you see that these are ones that Trump are winning. And, you know, Trump did a little speech last night saying he's doing great in these. And I think he's going to pull away and going to get Georgia, and he's going to get North Carolina. I'm not 100% sure about Pennsylvania because, well, I'm just not 100% sure anymore. And then Nevada, which I don't think Trump is going to get. So I think Biden's going to get it. Of course, there's going to be the argument that Trump, of course, he's going to dispute this. He's going to do some lawsuits. He's going to sue. He's going to refute this. I don't see anything wrong with that, right? I don't. But I don't know how much is going to change, because we're not talking about 500 votes. We're talking about 10, 20, 40,000 votes. Of course, numbers are not finalized yet, so it's not 100% safe to assume. I know a lot of people automatically. Hold on 1 second here. Hold on. This is getting really obnoxious. Hold on. Anyway, the problem that we're going to run into is if he doesn't win all three of those on the right and Nevada, Donald Trump is going to lose. Of course, this could be drawn out all the way till December 14th, I believe it is. It could. I do not. I'm not going to be the people like Hillary Clinton when her supporters, when she lost, and how sad they were. That's not going to be me. I really honestly don't see how much Joe Biden's situation is going to affect my future, aside from the taxes, obviously, because I'm not in a state that really is very gung-ho on guns, no pun intended. But the issue I have with Biden or Trump in that regard is that they're both very old. And if Trump, God forbid, was to pass away, Pence would be a great, fantastic addition as a president of the United States. I don't think anybody would disagree with that, especially more than Joe Biden. But you also, the problem that comes up is Joe Biden's age, which, well, you know, he's older. And if Joe Biden passes or something happens where he's unfit to be president, that means Kamala Harris becomes president. And Kamala Harris as a president is a very, very terrible choice. I don't think a lot of people thought about this. A lot of people said, I'm going to vote for Joe Jorgensen, and I have no problem with who you vote for, who you want to win. I have no issues. That's your opinion. You're entitled to that. Welcome to America. Fantastic. What I do have a problem with is when I look at those votes and I say, well, those 40,000 or those whatever, 12,000 could have went to Trump or Biden for that regard and went to a party that actually mattered. As much as people may say libertarians have a possibility of winning, it will never happen. Ross Perot was the closest that they'll ever get. The factual part of the matter is this is the way that America is. It's a two-party system. It's Democratic and it's Republic. And you can watch these shows where I'm a fan of Crowder. I am a huge fan of Ben Shapiro, the Hodge twins, Candace Owens, a lot of people. But really more so on a conservative side than I am on the Democratic or liberal side. But I will say this, I was watching Crowder today, and something he brought up was this felt tip pen. And he just kept pushing it. And Bree was saying to me, Jay, the felt tip pen. But when you do a little bit of research, which takes all of 10 seconds in a Google, you'll pull up Fox saying that, hey, Arizona said that their systems can detect this magic marker or Sharpie, if you will, in the ballots. But everybody kept on arguing on the show about the felt tip pens. That's fine. But do you really think that the felt tip pens are 30,000 votes? Like, let's be real about it. You have to know when to fold them. Nope. You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. And I'm not saying that Trump has lost, but it's real hard to argue with numbers. And I think that's something that people have to start accepting. And they're really going to have to start accepting anybody that vapes. I could promise you that when Biden, if he becomes president, which I think that there's a very high likelihood of that of course, yeah, he said after scientific research, but remember what Kamala Harris did with the PMTA. She's going to nip it in the bud. It's going to be over. Although one could argue and say that it's already over now because of, well, the PMTA and all the different laws and regulations and stipulations. It's just going to get worse. How much worse is worse? It doesn't make me emotional. I just don't think that Biden is fit to be president. And if I have to pick the lesser of two evils, it would be Trump. And it was Trump. That's who I voted for. I just don't feel that Biden is going to last another 4 years. I really don't. I don't. But again, one could argue and say it's a little bit too early, and we don't know what's going to happen with Donald Trump. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to kind of be a realist here and tell you that's probably it. It's probably it. Unless Trump can pull it out of his ass and win Nevada. Because if he wins Nevada, all right, you got a chance. But then you have to win Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, and then you're good. Biden wins Nevada, it's over. And I was watching something, or I was reading something where we could all argue and say the ballot system is jacked up, or the voting system is jacked up, the electoral college is jacked up, and there's better ways to do things. And I'm not going to disagree with that. There may be some inconsistency somewhere, but I just don't know if you're going to be able to pull. Now, if the problem I have really is with Wisconsin, right? There's a lot of jacked up things. You start reading the tweeters, you start reading, okay, Michigan, not really so much. It's a close one, and it's crazy because 2016, both of those were red, but they were blue. Also, Arizona was also red, but now it's blue. Of course, it's not 100% finalized yet, but I think that those numbers are pretty damn accurate. So I'll take some messages from chat. I really wanted to break that down in a realist type of fashion. Let you know where I stand on this, because it is political. This is on the realist page. It's some things that people don't want to hear. You could argue and say that it's opinion, but keep in mind that I'm not left, nor am I right. I am supportive of whoever the president is, and right now that is Trump, and I still support Trump. I'm just saying, in a realist type of fashion, it's not looking very good for Donald Trump. That's all I'm saying. Yep. I don't know if anybody joined. If you did, I apologize for not paying attention. What's going on, Oliver? Yeah, the thing is with Wisichigan, okay, with Wisconsin and Michigan, you I don't know if you saw me this morning, John. I was talking about it. I said, oh my God, it was so close. And I'm watching, I'm glued to it for 4 hours. That's what I talked about. Was that obviously we had some comedy, we're making jokes, but the reality of it is, right? The reality, we have to support what the general consensus wants. Right now, granted, conservatives will still hold all the seats in the Senate, but the democracy or the Democrats will be in the House. A lot of conservatives look at this as kind of a, well, Ben Shapiro specifically said it was a good thing that there's still the conservatives in the Senate, but if it doesn't get past the House, how the hell does it get to the Senate? And then if the Senate likes it, which is going to be all Republican based, and the president is Democratic, you do the math. Again, maybe that's just my realist side of looking at it. I still do not. If Biden becomes president, I will 100% support him. I won't like him, but I support it because that is where I reside. I do think there needs to be a recount in Wisconsin. Not so much Michigan. Michigan, it is what it is. Wisconsin is entirely too close, man. It's just too close. Well, no, I'm again, evil. Do not take what I'm saying. Remember that I am a very, very devil's advocate, extremely well-balanced individual. I don't want to say, sorry about that. I don't want to say that it's over. You have to understand that if Trump does not win Nevada, it is over. Right? Because then, let's just say neither of them get to 270. Do you know what happens at that point? Do you know how the president is selected? Look up the 12th Amendment. That ain't no good. That's not going to be good. So it is so important that Trump wins Nevada and Pennsylvania. Well, matter of fact, it's so important that Trump wins the rest of them because he can't just win Pennsylvania. That ain't going to work. That's going to get you nowhere, right? You have to win whatever's left on the map. Alaska, doesn't even matter whoever wins it, honestly. No offense to Alaskans, but your 3 points don't mean nothing right now because just pull that back up. Even if you look at where we're at right now, he's at 264. He gets Alaska. He's at 267. Great. Even if you look at Trump, he gets that 3 points and does nothing. So, Alaska, you're already out there by yourself. So it's not like anybody really cares what you think anyway. No offense to Alaskans. I'm just saying that you're out there and it doesn't matter what you choose. It really doesn't. What is going to be dictated are those last 4.
Don't forget about Alaska.
I'm not. I don't want to take away. I don't want to take away from Alaska. I'm just saying that Alaska is like you. I think it's 2:00 in the afternoon over there. 1:00. You guys are just eating lunch. I'm on my way to bed. It's like nobody. It's just it's really it's really terrible that I cannot tell the names apart in here. I have to kind of go through them. Yeah, Dozer, and I've brought that same argument, right? You see these social media, you see everybody talking about, and for those of you, I just want to put this on record, for those of you that saying the Electoral College is junk, keep in mind, it's the Electoral College that got Trump elected. It did, and that's hopefully what keeps him here, because if we went by popular vote, Hillary Clinton would have been president, and well, I would have left America. 100%. Hillary Clinton would have been the worst excuse for a president ever. You could argue that all day long. I don't care. That is a terrible human being. Period. Biden just can't remember what he's going to say, and he's got to read a TV. So the polls were very, very, very inaccurate. You know, they had him winning by what? 10 points. He's winning right now by what? 3 points? 2 points? 2 points? But that's popular, right? As far as electoral, I'm telling you, if he takes Nevada, guys, it's over. And of course, you know, good old Trump's is going to put in some paperwork, file some big papers. And again, you guys have to understand, you have to pick the lesser of the two evils here. I just think that Trump is much better as a brash individual, as a president of the United States, than what Biden will be. Because I don't think Biden's going to be a very good president. I really don't. Yeah, no, they had Biden winning by a lot. They did. Absolutely. That's why you don't believe these polls, you know, but I was nervous. For those of you that have been following me on Twitch, you've heard me talk about this. I talked about this, I don't know, 6 weeks ago, and Bree's like, nah, Jay. And Bree doesn't argue with him. She's like, nah, Trump's going to win. You watching way too much Ben Shapiro or something, because what I'm seeing on my end doesn't look the same as what you see. I hope that Trump files some type of grievance. This is egregious. I hope he files some type of grievance, and they're like, okay, well, I just don't know. Guys, let's go back to this real quick. Let me just pan back over to this. When you look at that spread right there, that's a 99. Okay, so there's 1% that's not reported. We have 1630. Forget the 16. Let's just forget the 1.6. What do you got?
The 1% that isn't counted is an entire county. That's the county that had the ballot issue. That county is currently at 0 votes. That county was all Donald Trump last year. And it has over 20,000 voters in that
Sweetheart,
county.
every single county is counted.
No, Antrim at the top.
It's all counted.
No, they're at 0 still. 100%.
Okay. Well, I don't know what you're looking at.
It was just reported 20 minutes ago.
Okay, Wisconsin. I'm looking at Wisconsin. The whole map is lit up.
Michigan.
What we're looking at Michigan. I'm talking about Wisconsin. We're looking at Michigan. I wasn't even looking at. I don't care about Michigan.
That guy.
Antrim County. And what's the population? Watch this. Well, let's do a little bit of digging. Let's do some digging.
20,000.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. So you're just gonna guess?
No, I looked it up.
Okay. So there's 20,000 people in there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Over 60% was for Trump last year.
Check this out. There's 20,000 people. He's leading by 60,000. So even if he got every single one of those people, look at the spread. It's 62,000. It's 688 versus 618. He would need 70,000 votes. If there's only 20,000, he's not going to get it. So that's it. So even using your argument, I'm telling you, forget Michigan. Just let it go. Let it go.
I can't let it go.
You're gonna have to let it go, because unless even if you add up, what is the population of Kent? No, that's already done. So yeah, that's the only county left, right? But the fact of the matter is, looking at the numbers, if he takes Nevada, it is over. That unless you can find, guys, I've tried scooping these numbers all day. There's no way he's taking Arizona. There's no way. Maricopa County, that was kind of his lifeline. It's lost, right? It's lost. Unless and I could promise you that Trump is not going to win Nevada. I'm just telling you, he's not going to win it. He's not going to win it. I know that there's a lot of people that love Trump, and I have no problem with you. You know, yeah, you're going to have to let it go. You're going to have to let it go. Well, you see though, a lot of people talked about, and Trump, like if you watch his video last night, he talks about, oh well, we're doing good here, we're doing good there. I don't know what he was looking at, because the numbers I was looking at was not the same numbers he was looking at. And I was on 5 different websites looking at polls from everywhere. I was even on, where was I? It wasn't an Arizona website. Was it Wisconsin? It was one of the Wichigans. I was looking at one of them and I said, I don't see what he sees. Like, unless he knows somebody that's inside the polling booth that can count 40,000 votes, I'm not seeing this. And I was, it's not good. It's not good. No, I wouldn't go that far about Civil War. That's a little bit rough. Robert Saylor, I think the biggest problem, thank you for all the donations today, brother. I think the biggest problem we're going to have, honestly, look, cut the bullshit out. Cut it out. Forget Biden, forget Trump. Cut that bullshit out. If something happens to Biden, he gets dementia, or he just fails to be a president, he is unfit to be a president, Kamala Harris comes in. If Kamala Harris comes in, I can promise you, it will be a nightmare. It's not going to be good at all. At all. So when you were voting for Biden, whenever you vote for a president, you should kind of factor in, their health or whatever, or their age, or the vice president, especially here. He was up, yeah, and then there was that hour block where it just kind of flipped, quite literally flipped. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Biden becomes president, which he probably will. I've been saying this. You guys were all giving me shit. I know you guys love Trump, and I'm not, you know where I'm at. You know where I stand, right? But I told you guys, I don't think Trump's going to have this one. I don't think so. I don't. And I'm still going to say that now. Prozac, I'm talking about like gets dementia. Like truly cannot even read from a teleprompter type dementia. That's what I'm talking about. Full blown, out in left field, trying to catch a football. That's what I'm talking about. Like free safety on a soccer field. Totally out there. I don't see how Trump is worse. You're about ready to see, hold on, how Biden really is. You know what I'm saying? You're about ready to see. You're about ready to see. Brian Summers, I believe that's Brian Summers right there, the Brian S. I will definitely agree with that. That I think the media is what did Biden's bidding. I don't think that's too far of a fetch. I do believe that. Um, I do truly believe that. Yeah, but Tracy, you have to understand is even if Trump wins Pennsylvania, it doesn't matter. You have to understand, bro. He has to win Nevada, unless of course he can overturn Wisconsin or Michigan in some fashion. we're gonna be having this conversation on the day of reckoning, if you will, when Biden gets sworn in. We're gonna go back to this video, and I don't want to be the guy to say I told you so, but I'm pretty good with these. You know, you have to take it upon yourself to look past what the mainstream media tells you. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, lady. Thank you very much. You have to look past that. You do. You have to look past the idea of CNN, CBS, ABC, ABS. I don't even know all their abbreviations because I don't watch any of them. But you have to get past that. It's about ready to be a real shitty 4 years. It's about to get real messy up in here. I just want people to know that. I'm not gonna, overreact or be upset about it. What are you gonna do? The same thing when I get like a terrible vape product. What am I gonna do? I can complain about it, sure, but I can't do anything about it. I'm gonna leave that up to the Trumps. I'm gonna leave it up. Harris is better than Pence by 100%. Oh my. Oh. Oof. Okay. All right. You keep telling yourself that.
Name one reason why you think that doesn't have to do with race or gender.
Yeah, there you go. For that individual just said Harris is better than Pence. Can you just give me one good thing that she's done? Just one. Just one. I'm interested. I'd love to hear it. Let's hear the argument. Just name one. Just the one thing that Harris has done that's been fantastic for whatever when she was in California or whatever. She is so tipsy turvy. She laughs every time she gets called out on something. I would just love to hear what she has that is strong. Okay, that does not help out your argument saying that Pence was insane, because one could use the argument that Trump is arrogant. That doesn't make him a bad president. Bad policies is what would make him a bad president. Again, tell me one thing that Harris has done that is or that makes her better than Pence. I'd love to hear that argument. It is very difficult for me to read chat though, so because I don't remember who said that statement. I'm just waiting on an answer from anybody at this point.
How about the fact that she hated Biden?
Yeah, I mean, she called Biden a racist if we're going based off of past, but we're not going to do that. Pence, a good president. Okay, so hold on. Pence is a good president if you're a Christian extremist or a member of Westboro Baptist Church, which is you are saying you would not be. What?
Are you from the United States?
Like, is that? Are you missing keys on your keyboard, or did you just forget certain words that are like an adverb pronoun? Like, did you just? I have to ask that question because if that is your answer, if you were to play Jeopardy, I would have to pass that on to the next person because that's not acceptable to me. Okay, thank you. I don't. Now, I will say that there is something that I don't agree with Pence with, is the pro-life. I don't agree. I'm pro-choice. But again, that doesn't make, well, that is kind of a policy in a sense, but we're assuming at this point that Trump dies and Pence takes his place if Trump gets reelected. We're going by brass tacks numbers here, which is Biden is winning, and Biden probably doesn't have 4 years left to be coherent enough to be a president, which would mean Kamala Harris would be. I'm just entertaining the idea or the ideology that Harris is much better than Pence. If your argument is the abortion thing, okay, that's opinion based. All right, maybe. But I don't think that makes a qualification standpoint. I don't think it does. I can't see the argument. I'm just going to chalk it up that you couldn't figure out the rest of what you wanted to say. Trump was the worst president in U.S. history. Oh, sweet Jesus. Can I ask you a question, pigeon boxing? Do you box pigeons for a living? Like, do you actually, like, put on gloves and box a pigeon? Or do you buy pigeons and put them in a box and ship them out to people? Because I'm thinking whatever you do for... you clearly don't know U.S. history too well. Because I can name about 5 presidents that were a lot worse than what Trump is, or was, or has been. Well, that would be the was part, but you get what I'm saying. Like, maybe you don't because you're too busy boxing up pigeons. I can promise you that can you name one bad thing that Trump has done that affected you negatively or someone related close to you, which makes President Trump a terrible president? Please. I'd love to know how he's worse than Taft or Tricky Dick or Jackson. Not Jackson. Oh my God. Carter. No, not Carter. Damn it. Who's right before Carter? I cannot remember his name. You son of a biscuit. No, Taft was a terrible president, but hold on. Who's right before Carter after him? Hold on. What the hell was his name? Give me a second. I got nothing. Ford! Thank you so much, Gerald Ford. Oh God, that was gonna take me forever. Yeah, Ford. But please. I'm gonna hit you with the beatbox. Get out of here with that bullshit. You're not gonna tell me that he's the worst president ever. You must be out your damn mind. You must get out of here. Anyway, so that's that.
So Pigeon said that Harris came up with school programs. The thing that she tried to introduce was to make
truancy
and U.S. public schools to go until 6 p.m.
Yeah, okay, let's talk.
That didn't go through.
You remember Harris, what she tried to do with truancy? She tried to make it where if your kids are late to school, your ass as a daddy is going to jail for them being late. That's Harris. So please, no. Before you know it, if you're late to church, nope, she's Democrat. If you, I don't know, but if she's going to lock you up for being late, for your kid being late to school, that's the type of president that she would be. Get out of here. You must be out your damn mind.
Right? We said name one thing, and they picked something that failed and something else that failed.
You're an idiot as well. There's no need for 18 periods. You make a point with just saying you're an idiot. I'm going to help you out, Pigeon. I'm going to make your life real fucking simple. In about 2 seconds, watch this. If this chat didn't move so damn fast. You're a Christian. I never said I was a Christian. You're assuming this, but hold on. I got you. There we go.
Out of all the things Jay says, why would you assume that he's a Christian?
I think it's crazy that out of what I'm saying right now, you're getting that I'm a Christian. I said pro-choice. Like, what? How did you get that? Oh, man. Yo. Biden's border. So there's that. Anyway, moving forward, it is what it is. You gotta get the fuck out of here. Yo, you can't. Don't. I'm just as swift with that hammer here than I am the mods. I don't know where the hell my mods are, to be honest with you. I see one. I see Dan. That's it. I don't know how you got a Christian. Look, do I believe in God? Absolutely. Do I pray to God before I eat? Absolutely. But I do not let what I believe in affect my judgment. You understand? Like, I can separate that. I could be unbiased in a sense. Anyway, I'm going to move forward because that person's relevant to God. They can't talk. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, I just said I was pro-choice. How did you get that from Christianity? Like, come on. Come on, man. Jesus Christ. These friggin' people. You can't win, Dur. You can't do it, bro. You can't do it. Yeah, you're always going to bring religion into it. Always. Always. It's always an argument. Look, I am a firm believer in God we trust being on a dollar bill. Absolutely. That is what America was founded on. The Pledge of Allegiance, of course, to the flag of the United States of America. I get it that certain parts of it weren't in the original version. Not the point. We're not here for that. We're talking about Biden versus Trump. We're not talking about well, I guess we could talk about what I feel. I truly believe that Trump should have got president. I do. I don't like any of the policies. The Green New Deal is terrible. The tax, you do have to give I'm going to give this one to Biden, though. I've never seen a president come out of the woodwork and just say, hey, listen, we're going to raise everybody's taxes. I'm going to put that on record right now. We're going to raise your tax. Everybody. Especially if you make over 400,000. We're going to raise your tax. And I'm coming out of the door just like that. Just going to let you know now. And then I'm going to release the tax policy. Here you go. People are cool with that. What I also found baffling is that Arizona, which is a very pro-gun state, and Nevada, which is a very, pro-gun state, are both voting for Biden. I don't know if they got the memo, but Biden doesn't want people to have guns. Democrats are not typically for people. And I am from a state, keep in mind, I couldn't get a gun to protect me if I was getting robbed tonight. Like, I'm going to have to use rocks or sand and throw that at somebody. I don't have an option of a gun. So don't give me no honky bullshit about, hey, you care because you got a gun. No, I don't. I don't have a gun. I use one, but I don't have one. And that's not why. I'm just saying, I think it's mind-boggling that two states, very pro-gun, are voting for Biden. Someone might want to let them know that they're about ready to lose half the shit that they have. You might need to tell them. So just a heads up. Just letting you know, Nevada and Arizona. It was at this point you realize you fucked up. Shit! I did not hear that episode. Nope, you didn't.
The 14s are just a weaselly way to start legislation on banning all of them. If you looked into this more, the wording that's used is easily changed. Like how we picked one type for people to agree upon, then it's going to expand.
That is true. Yeah, we do need more wrenches, but I don't see a lot of people in here that I know.
There was only one person being a poop.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is. Let me try to do something real quick. I don't know why. Hold on.
No, Dan's on it.
No, hold on. Let me try something. Let me do this. This is gonna suck for people that are not members, but if we do that, no, I didn't turn on members only. I just made it 30 seconds. Okay. It is. It's a shitty situation, man. It is. I don't feel that is the I don't feel like that's a good option. You know. Yeah, Chase, I could definitely square away. Jesus Christ, this chat is friggin' moving. Here we go. There we go. Oh, yep. Sean, yep. Hold on. I got you guys. Hold on. Okay, there we go. No. I had to put slow mode on. I had to put it on. I got too many people telling me I'm Christian. I had to fix it. Man. I can't keep up with this. You know how hard it is to read chat being called something I'm not? Like, give me a second. Come on, Newt. I wish I had bigger guns, man. I got these fucking pellet guns. I can take out a bird. I can throw down. I'm just saying, but if all I'm saying is I am for the Constitution, right? I am for America. 100% patriotic. 100%. If you want to carry a shotgun and a bow and arrow and walk down the street, first off, people are going to think you're out of your fucking tree because I don't know why you have a bow and arrow and a shotgun. Like, pick your weapon of choice and go with that one. Don't ever walk down the street with a crossbow. You're going to get locked up because that's ridiculous. I don't know what you're using that for. But I guess the bright side of it is for all you potheads out there with the Democrats. I'm gonna tell you this: you're gonna lock down America, though. You best believe that. You think it sucks now? You about ready to see your whole state shut down because Biden believes that everybody's got to be wearing a mask. I'm not a mask wearer, so I know what you're gonna say is why are you such a vigilante, Jay? I'm not a vigilante. It's my freedom of choice. Just like it's your choice of what gender you want to be today, it's my choice to put a fucking mask on my face. And don't be a mask shamer. Don't say you need to wear a mask, because I'm going to tell your fat ass to stop eating fucking Whoppers and Big Macs. Don't tell me what I got to do. I don't want to wear a mask. I'm not going to wear a mask. If I have to go to a place where I got to wear a mask, then absolutely I'll put one on because I don't want to be a vigilante. But in general speaking, I don't think everybody needs to have a mask. I don't. I'm not for it. I'm not with it. I'm just putting that on record now. It's not mask. I don't know if you just caught up now or if you've been watching for a little bit. I'm not saying it's over. And I'm not saying I'm a Biden supporter. I'm just saying if we're looking at numbers right now, the numbers are not very strong. Like they're not, they don't look very good for Donald Trump. That's all I'm saying. You take that however you want to take it. Your views seem more libertarian than Republican, in my opinion. I never said I was Republican. I never said that, Eagle. It's not though. It's not. Because how do you get that, Eagle? How long you been watching me now? You don't think that I am center as fuck? You're about ready to piss me off. How am I not center? How? What? Where? I am pro-gun. I am pro-choice. That's both sides of the aisle right there. Like this. That's one over here and one over there. So that puts me somewhere right in the middle. Eagle, shut your fucking mouth. Get out of here. Shut up. Shut up, Eagle. You're lucky I know you. Get out of here with that bullshit. I think I am so center. So don't even go there. Shut up. What's up, man? No, I'm definitely not Democrat. I really wouldn't even consider me libertarian. I guess if you had to put a label on me, I would be Republican. If I absolutely had to have a label, it would be that. I prefer center though, because I'm somewhere right in the middle. Godchild, you might want to look up a little bit of research on that. First off, I've had Corona 5 times. 5 times. 5 times I've had Corona. And I've conquered it each and every time. I use Klonopin, chlorine, and clonoricerwin. Spread them out evenly between the 5. I've recovered each time. I look really fucking solid for somebody who has been deathly ill. Believe it or not, I'm 62 years old. How good do I look? You can shut up and sit down now. I'm here all week, by the way. So, I got you, Eagle. It's all good, Daddy-O. Guys, I'm telling you straight up where we're at. It's a very negative situation, man. It is. we're gonna have to roll with the punches.
You can have people Googling the last thing that you said, trying to figure out what it is.
Clown Rocker win. Believe it or not, Mike, I am. I'm 62 years old. Absolutely. I was born in 64.
I don't know if you did that right.
Shit. That.
No, you're 66.
I'm 56 years old. I thought I was 62. Close enough.
It must feel like it.
It feels like I'm 62. I don't know the difference between 54 and 62, but I made it. I don't know what I am anymore. Apparently, I'm a Christian and a Democrat. Ayo.
Oh my God, they're trying to help you.
Driver's license, I can't show it because it shows my denomination on it. It shows Christian on the bottom. I'm a little self-conscious about it. I don't want to tell anybody about it.
You would accidentally dox yourself.
I would show you my address and not realize it because I just wouldn't get it.
And you wrote your social on there with a Sharpie.
Yeah, because I knew I always forget it. I have my insurance ID on the back too. It was a Biden statement. It was Clown Rocco pen. Now I also feel the same way, Trent. I do not think that Biden. To be honest with you, I'm being real. I don't even think Trump would have lasted another 4 years. If I'm being 100%, 4 years is a long ass time. That's long, man. To be a leader. Well, I don't take that the wrong way. I think that's fine for being a president. I think that there should be term limits as well, but not about president, about Congress and Senate, but that's another story in itself. I don't see 4 years. That's why I'm saying Kamala Harris is about to be a president. 2022, 2023. Welcome. I'll tell you this, though. If she gets president, you could bet your bottom dollar she will not get reelected. Nope. No way. No way, no how. Pence is going to come through. NJ Hayes. Watch. Philip Buchanan, every single day of my life is a senior moment. I wake up and I got to take 8 pills just to get out of bed. I don't know. We'll see where we're at, man. I'm just, you guys. It's not difficult to look up where we're at with the votes. I refresh this shit. I so many times, man. Where are we at with Nevada? Nevada is somewhere stuck at the 75 percentile.
Yeah, still 75.
Yeah, look, even
Trump lost 0.1 of a point in Pennsylvania.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. He was at 51.5.
Could he take Nevada? Oh, man. I think Nevada is primarily, they've been, hold on a second, 2016 electoral map. Hold on.
The 2 counties that are in question of being blue did go blue last year.
So let me just show you this real quick. This is just looking at the 2016 Jemmy, right? So what we've seen flip. Now, keep in mind, this is against O'Shillery Jemmy, but we got Wisichigan up here on top that's red. But you look at it now, it's blue on top, right? They flipped. They said, no more with the Trumps. We're going to go with Bo Biden. But over here, you got Arizona that was red and Nevada that was blue. So unless Nevada wants to change their mind, because Arizona did, so hopefully Nevada does too. And then we have a chance. But that means he's got to win this one, this one, this one. 6%. He's got 6. Hold on, let me do some math. 2.7. Hold on. 2.7 plus 2.6. That equates to 94%. 6% on top of that. So, okay, that's a little rough because Trump's got to get a quarter of that 6% in order to win North Carolina. Georgia, 3%. Ooh, that's a tough one too. I don't know, man. They don't all look very good. They don't. But he's got to win all of those. And if he wins all of those in Nevada, he's got it. We'll just see what happens. But I'm just saying, being a realist, I'm not okay. It is Deca. It is very possible that Trump wins. It is possible. I think it's a long shot, but it's possible. If there is, thank you, Lance. I'm glad you're not the only senior citizen, right? It's just me and you, brother. I feel like the numbers of Wisconsin has to get recount again because that is the closest one, and I don't feel confident in that state right now. I don't. Not Michigan, Wisconsin. Because if you take Wisconsin away from Biden, but if he wins Pennsylvania, it ain't really going to matter anyway. Thank you, John. All right, take it easy, Jason. Yeah, that was Michigan, right? That Antrim County where they where it was 15,371. They added a zero at the end. But even factoring in 20,000 votes, assuming that they all go to Trump, that still does not. He's still in a deficit. He's still in a deficit with the votes. If he got every single vote, it doesn't matter. He can't win Michigan. It's not possible. It's just not with the numbers that are on the table. Yeah, now Austin, I'm going to comment on that. The Sharpie situation is totally fine. It's totally fine. I know that certain big people on YouTube are talking about you can't use Sharpies. You can. Let me show you. So the argument is that it will bleed through, but apparently you're going to see a lot of this. And of course, you're going to use the argument that this is the left side trying to counter the right side with social media. It's not. It's really not. Because even Fox 10, of course, it's not the same Fox that you know, but it can be used on ballots. That was something that Crowder kept pushing. And as he's talking about that, I'm telling Bree, I don't know why someone doesn't just open up a freaking tab real quick and just search for this, because this is why he gets hit with some of these fact checks and YouTube takes his shit down. Stop telling people that. Do a little. You might be better off telling people that this is my opinion instead of just firing off the hip. You can't be using Sharpies. No, dude. Stop it. Stop. Of course, he did show the ballot where it said do not use a Sharpie. I get that, but they were using felt tip pens. There's a lot more into it than just someone taking a magic marker. Okay, well, that ain't going to work because those are like colors. Like one of those big-ass Sharpies. Do we got one? One fat-ass Sharpies? One of them big Sharpies and kind of blotting it in. They show you how to fill it out. So it wasn't, you could have just handed it to me. You ain't but 3 feet away from me. If you're using one of these to fill out your ballot, yeah, you're probably going to mess it up. Don't use this. Don't use a paint roller to fill in a ballot. Or don't use this either. Use the pen that they give you. It's that simple. You could use the pen that they provide is totally fine. And keep in mind that there is going to be a check on these. There's going to be a check. Hopefully these states do the right thing and we could trust the system to work the way that it's designed to work. If it doesn't, then we have a system to counter that system. So hopefully that all works right. It's that simple. Yeah, don't use a crayon to fill out your ballot. That probably won't work. Jason, again, I don't want to take away from that, brother. Again, very, very center. I'm not saying that it's 100% accurate. I'm just saying where the numbers are right now, where we're at. It's not very good. I know that some of you guys want me to side with one side over the other. It's not going to happen. Well, in some regards, it will, but majority of the time, I kind of see it for what it is. I still think that some numbers are skewed. I do. I think there are some false ballots out there. I do. I think that there are uh, some felonious activities going on. I don't know that if a recount will fix that. That's all I'm saying. Absolutely, Newt. I don't see a problem with that. If you want to use a little paintbrush to fill in your ballot, check it off for Biden, fill it up, and put it in a machine. You'll win. Richie, I do see this going a very lengthy time. I do. I think whatever the outcome is, though, after it, one should accept it. I do think that Trump has a good argument for a fight when people are like, Trump shouldn't fight back. Well, for 3 years, they tried to impeach him. So they fought back, right? You don't want him in office, so they tried to impeach him. I don't agree with that at all over a friggin' phone call. I don't. And neither does, well, anyone because he wasn't impeached. Well, anyone of importance, we'll say. So if he fights back and he puts up a good argument, sure. You just don't drag out the fight for too long. Because now you go out looking like, a baby back. Don't be that person. Vote for the issues, not the man. 100% correct, Trent. The most center thing that's been said in this chat yet. I'd say vote for the policies, not so much the issues. Because if you vote off, well, I get, no, I see what you're saying. Vote for the issues that they're going to fix with the policy. I get that. Yep. So if he wants to hold it up, I think he has. We have to look at it from. We have to be equal. It's got to go both ways, man. Has to. What if the policies are good, but the person is corrupt? Genuinely curious what people think. Well, I am also a firm believer in I could give a shit about Donald Trump's tax returns. But people think showing that would show his level of corruptness. I think that is ludicrous. I don't think that Joe Biden needs to show his tax returns because what I did in the past or what I'm doing currently, if it's not affecting America to where it raises a flag, if you're under investigation and that's part of it, sure, go for it. But to the general public, I'm also a person that does not believe that we should be showing when we're attacking a country or doing things that the general public doesn't need to know to be shown on TV. Because if you can see it, so can they. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that I agree with and don't disagree with. What did Patrick say that people are saying exactly? What did he say? Let's scroll up. Yes, Patrick, that is a good point. We are people that vote based off of emotions and not the issues at hand. I agree. Case in point was at the Besh. There was an individual there. We'll just call her Tia because that's her name. Last name is irrelevant. She's a Biden supporter. I asked her why she didn't want to vote for Trump, and she said, "I said why Biden over Trump?" She said because it's not Trump, which is in my opinion, a terrible reason to vote for somebody. But I guess we'll see a turnout, right? You got a few days left, and you're going to see all those final numbers. Trent, I kind of like you, man. You're like right where I'm at. You see both sides. I can dig that. I can dig that. Yeah, Biden is corrupt. Absolutely. I agree. I'm not going to take away from that. I 100% agree with that. And I think that he's going to be a puppet. He's going to go into office if he gets elected, and he's not going to make any decisions by himself. Nothing.
So some news sites are reporting that different places in Wisconsin are reporting more votes than what was registered in those counties. 7 of them have more votes than registered voters.
Does it say which side?
Oh, for Biden.
More votes for Biden.
Yes, 7 counties. So say there's 100 people registered.
Yep.
150 people voted
for
Biden, which is impossible because only 100 people.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay. I get what you're saying. You're saying that
more people voted.
Okay, I get it. I get it now. So there's an over amount of what? Okay. Again, that's why I think you need to recount. Really, Wisichigan will work. Do both of those, but really, Wisconsin really need to reevaluate that state. Please, I'm sure Trump will do it. Just do it. I'd love to see those new numbers.
Biden and Harris bought a website that talks about the transition.
Of course it did. Infamous. I dislike Clinton because of something she did, not because of her attitude. It's a little bit of a difference. Plus, I also don't feel that a woman should be running America, but that's another story in itself. We'll save that for another day. That's not the sole reason. The sole reason I did Trump over Hillary is because of Benghazi. That's enough for me. That your attitude, whatever, doesn't matter. What you did does. So, I mean, you could say the argument of emotional. We're talking about lives here, though. We're talking about human lives. I don't know if I would chalk that up. I could see the argument, Infamous. I just don't know if I agree with that. No woman presidents. Nope. That is how I feel. We covered that over on Twitch. You could go watch that stream. That was covered very well.
Dan thinks you're only going to get one term. And then I'm going to take over.
You think you're going to take over? Yeah. Do we know this person?
I'm not sure.
Do you know him? Oh.
Yeah, Dan said you were 2024. You were 20.
I'll do.
Does he think you're gonna die? Like,
No, he thinks I'm not going to last very long. That's fair. That's fair enough. That's fair enough, Gavin. That's that's, and I think that the corona is a huge reason why a lot of people did not vote for Trump. I can see your side of that. I can see your side because of Trump's response or whatever his lack of response. I could see the argument. I could. I think a lot of people feel the same way. You and me both, Travis. I feel that he becomes president. Literally, he's going to shut it down, and it's going to hurt the economy very, very badly. Very badly. AOC deserves it regardless of age. Oh my God. If you think the AOC deserves to be president, holy macaroni. You gotta be 19 years old, Matthew. You gotta be 19 or you gotta be like an Instagram model or something. I don't know what bracket you fall in, but oh shit.
She was only brought on to make millennials interested in what's going down.
Like Cardi B with Joe Biden.
Exactly.
Right.
It was a move on purpose. She's just a nasty woman.
Yeah, he's gonna shut down the economy. Absolutely. I absolutely love that comment, Sid. If presidents if the president is 80 years old, should there be two presidents so they can work on shifts so they don't get exhausted? One does Monday through Thursday, the other one Thursday through Sunday. Yes. Maybe do both. Maybe do one Republican that does Monday through Friday and then Saturday and Sunday all day Democrat. Sure. Absolutely. Trent, I'm a very, very balanced individual. Very balanced. Very balanced. I don't see a point of rubbing it in. Rubbing in the fact, oh, Biden's gonna win. It's childish and ridiculous. It's corny. Um, make a poke, make a joke, sure. I don't know about go like cause some of these people in chat, they go to different things and do a little copy paste jammy. I'm sure you've seen it. If you watch politics on YouTube, I'm sure you've seen it. Oh my God, Biden! Biden's gonna love the world. He's gonna love the world to wear a mask while doing it. Oh, shut up.
Someone said that they would vote for AOC.
I know your last name, McCullen. She has good statements and hearings. I'm 29 and 52 for 2 years. Not trying to gain cred, but just a thought. Yeah, I don't know, man. You could be in a $200 tier. You have your opinion, I have mine. I just don't think the AOC, that is a very erratic individual. First off, she couldn't even run if she wanted to. She's too young. That's number one. Number two, she's not going to hold that position for very long. That's all we'll say. You know, again, we'll see what happens in 2024. Well, I guess we're going to see what happens in 2020 because I'm dying to know what happens with who becomes president. I'm telling you, if Joe Biden gets elected, I don't think you guys understand the economy. I don't want to say depression because that's a little bit too far fetched, but it's going to sting bad. Very, very bad.
Trump made those tariffs on China not to hurt us, but to hurt importers. So that way they would make things here. If Biden,
that was the goal, yes.
Yeah, if Biden undoes that, then we're going to lose a significant amount of jobs to China.
Well, when he shuts down these oil plants, which he made very, very clear, the fossil fuels, if you will, there's a lot of jobs that are lost. And those states that voted for Biden essentially just chalked up their job to go away.
So dumb.
That blows my mind. Michigan, which has plants, which Biden wants to remove, voted for him. What?
I think it's because the news wasn't talking about that. Like, you had to actually be following certain people to hear anything about that.
What are you laughing at?
Infamous's comment.
This is where we're at, guys. Let me look at this. Let me look at this map one more time. I don't want to be here live too long. Figured I'd just come on and give you an update because I told you on Twitch I was going to. Oof. That Michigan spread got really big. Oh, my. Yep. 2%?
Oh, I have it at way more than 2. 52 and 45.
On Michigan? I have 50.3 and 48.1.
So do I.
Okay.
I knew where Michigan was.
All right, you were probably selecting California. He going to take Georgia, 100%. North Carolina going to take that. Pennsylvania, you know what? Hold on, hold some kind of phone right now.
He lost another point.
Yeah, that Nevada though. That's no, it's all Matthew. It's all good, man. Just don't take anything I'm saying personally. Don't feel like I'm attacking you, man. You're not like Pigeon Boxer. You know, that guy was out of his tree. You're fine. You're just giving your opinion. I just give it back. That's all. It's how you take it and how you run with it is a different story. If you take what I'm saying, you take it personal. Well, you've been with me for 2 years, so you get where I'm at, right? You know, I'm misogynistic. So is Bree when it comes to women as presidents. So most people are not popular with that opinion. So be it. It's your opinion. Just like there's people that are pro-choice, pro-life. So there's people that want to shut down jobs and people that want to give jobs. What we can't take away is how many jobs that Donald Trump gave to people and how many jobs Biden is going to take from people. Granted, you could use the argument that there's going to be more jobs because we're creating these plants that we make, not a physical plant, but a plant to where people can build batteries. Good. Where do you think we're going to get those batteries for those electric cars that you want to put all over the road? Where do you think those are going to come from? America? Okay. Do you know how much it takes to make a lithium battery? Like where they get that from? I bet you don't. Do you know how much shit that they destroyed to make these batteries? Yeah. Okay. Trading one for the other. What we need to have is steam motorcycles. Kind of hook like a tea kettle. Lucky if you get a quarter of a horsepower, but you know, there's just better options, and where we're at right now, it's probably going to be Biden. Unless that Nevada flips. Arizona flipped, so I don't. Maybe it's possible. I won't take the stream down though. I'll leave it up. Hydrogen, yeah, you use hydrogen. Hydrogen would be good. Extremely flammable, but it would be good. I know full well I'm gonna get. You shouldn't get hate though, Newt. I haven't even read the rest of your comment. You shouldn't get hate, but let me read what you're gonna write. I know full well I'm going to get a ton of hate for this, but a candidate's standpoint on vaping should hardly be a factor. There are issues way more important than how to get people their nicotine. Well, I don't know if you'll necessarily get shit for that, but I'm going to disagree. Well, how much vapors really affected votes? I mean, let's be real here. Let's be real. Let's cut the bullshit. Probably 5. That's even far stretching. I'd say 1% of a state. Not. I don't even think that high. I'm going to say 0.5% of a state's votes were vapors. And that I still think is high. So I don't think that that applies. But I do think that you should kind of factor. Kamala Harris is just a bad individual, period. Just a bad person. Whether you want to get into the PMTAs or how she's so tipsy-turvy, you have to remember in the debate the things that she said to Biden. Like, we can't forget that. That wasn't too far ago, right? Like, you also have to realize she did what, one debate and dropped out because you realized you're not doing very good. Like, you might have made a good point, but like your laugh, you are liable to get somebody gonna sock you in the head with a sock full of nickels. Yeah, don't. Nope. So I'm not saying whether that's a standpoint, but that was just one of the arguments that I used. I don't think, and I could give a shit what laws they pass for vaping. You have to realize I'm in a state that has already essentially banned vaping. So these people that are crying about their state shutting down flavors, bitch, join a club. Like, I've been there. I had to shut down businesses, not a business, businesses, because of those laws. I lost a lot of money over that. A lot. A lot of money. But I still, that wasn't my choice. My choice is because, really, Biden cannot do a sentence, period. That's the reason. His policies are trash, but if you can't talk, I feel like that's wrong because we might have like a deaf president. I don't know if that could happen. Huh. That's a good question. I feel like they would say no because it might be like discrimination. I just don't know how well that would work out. But all jokes aside, just Biden in general, is he better than Trump? I do not believe so. No, I believe he is a puppet. Best way I can explain it.
At least Trump is entertaining. People actually watch
That's
his
right.
news conferences.
You know that's right. You know that's right.
I can't
You
think
watch
of
that
one Obama one I watched.
Yeah, you watched that debate like it was an MMA fight. There was people even that put bets down. So don't give me that bullshit. You know, when there was even people that watched a vice presidential debate because they wanted to see the difference of what Trump versus Biden is to Pence versus Harris is. So it was very entertaining. We had a good 4 years. I can tell you this, that no other president has initiated peace in the Middle East. No other president has stepped foot in North Korea. Don't those two things alone count for something? Just those two. Just those two. I don't know, man. You're going to have I don't know. I don't even feel like Biden's going to remember his itinerary. Like he's going to get it and be like, wait, we're landing where? How did we get there again? Do you got my meds for when I wake up? I'm making a joke out of it, but I'm not. You know, like, I don't know. Trump has divided this country. Well, you do know that all these riots and these protests were not Republicans, right? You do know that. Let's keep that in mind. That chop, or Chad, or whatever, chap, that wasn't Republicans, man. Just putting that on paper. Those statues being flipped over weren't Republicans.
Trump lost another 0.1% in Pennsylvania.
Did he?
Yeah. Trump is less than 50% for Georgia now at 49.9. North Carolina is 50.1.
See?
And PA is at 51.1.
He was at a mean 51% about 10 minutes ago. He's at 49.9. Got a full percent bracket there. Uh-oh. North Carolina still got what? Something just refreshed. I don't know what that was. Pennsylvania. Ah, man. Well, if he loses any of these three, he could just chalk it up as a loss. That's it. If he loses one of those, it's game. That's it. It's over. It's over, bro. If you lose two of those, you don't even have an argument anymore. You have nothing. Nevada is irrelevant.
You notice how none of the riots started?
Don't spam no fucking hot dogs in here. You're gonna get thrown out. Spam that shit one more time. Try me, KQTV. Try it one more time. Watch what happens. No. Take it easy, Joel. If where was that question? Something about Netherlands. Where is that? Where was that question?
Hi, Jay. Question from the Netherlands.
I see it. If Biden becomes president, what will happen with vaping? Tom Radio. I don't know, honestly, if it would get any worse than where it is, right? Because we have this PMTA deadline that has already hit, right? We have a 1-year window. Biden said specifically, he never said he was going to ban vaping. Like those words never came out of his mouth. What did come out of his mouth is that on scientific, further scientific research. But let's be honest, if that's not being done now, then what the hell is going to change? And just like Trump right now, he doesn't really have any kind of authoritative position. Can he do something? Sure. Will he? No. The only thing I see it doing, honestly, nothing. If we're being straight up raw, nothing. If it's brought up, he may expedite it or ban vaping. He's going to have a hard time with that because a lot of the vape products that are being used are used for something he wants to leave. Wait, he doesn't want to legalize marijuana. Kamala Harris does. I'm mixing that up, but there you go. What do you got? You're raising your hand.
Oh, that if Biden was president,
yeah,
there is no chance that they would extend the FDA guidelines.
Right.
Again.
That is correct. That is correct.
At this point, it's plausible that it could be, just because we've been under lockdown for almost a year.
Sure. Yeah, but there would be no extensions if that's the question. It would kind of. Yeah, that'd be it. It'd be over. Rainwalker, I'd love to see that article. I'd love to see that article where he said to put a temporary vape ban on that. I'd love to see that. Because if you search for Joe Biden vape ban, pending more scientific research. That's what I just said. Didn't I just say that? I could have sworn I just said that. Nope, that's a vape website. That ain't gonna work. The Daily Beast. Biden says he would temporarily ban all vaping sales. Here we go. Let's see here. When is this? January 5th. Joe Biden says if elected president, he would temporarily halt the sale of vaping products, not just flavor ones. A former vice president. Yeah, see, they're leaving the rest of it out. Biden's proposal. Basically, it was based off of further research. But again, I'm already in that position. So I don't see any difference of where I'm at now versus if he was president. I totally agree with you, Trent. I totally agree. I don't think that Biden's the better option. I don't. You will not ever hear me say that. Ever. I think Biden is going to forget what he said about vaping ban, to be honest with you. I think he's going to totally forget it. No, I'm very aware of Kamala Harris's situation with the PMTA. I'm very aware of that. But like Newt said, that can't be the only reason why we don't vote for somebody. It has to be based off of multiple policies. Look, the majority of people elected him. So we have to go with what, are we supportive, or are we going to be like the left and do riots and throw rocks and stones? Are we just going to kind of accept it? Some battles are not worth fighting. That is correct, James. That is my whole point with the whole situation. Is Kamala Harris will become president because he's going to be unfit. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Great. Hopefully Trump wins. But I don't know. He keeps these votes up. He ain't going to be winning shit.
And something that nobody ever talks about is how come no one brings up the fact that Trump brought competitive prices to hospitals? If I need a kidney transplant, I can look and see how much it is at all
you can price.
hospitals.
Yeah, you can price check. You can price check.
Never do that before.
Because people don't care about what he's done or what, they just care that he's racist or that he is dividing this country. They don't look at the positive things. It's like me with reviews. People don't look at the things that I've done positively. They look at that current review and judge me based off of that. Yeah. People are one track minded. It's the fact of the matter is people just they see the cover of a book and they judge it. That's it. Absolutely, Bill. If your vote is based on vaping, please move to Canada. Move somewhere else. Because it goes a little bit further than vaping, man. People that vape are going to figure out a way to do it anyway. Like, do we really need to get into that argument? People do drugs now and they buy it illegally. So what's the argument? And I am a vapor. So again, I am very center. Very center. I'm not, what are you going to do, man? I'm in a state that was the first state to make a law to ban vaping, essentially. Tobacco flavors. Get the fuck out of here. Dylan, what's up, brother? Since the Republicans have started to lay the foundation to take back the House, how do you think everything will go in 2 years if we take? Uh, I don't think we'll get the House, though. I don't think we'll get the House and Senate. I don't think we can if Biden gets elected. I may be wrong. I may be wrong. I may be wrong. Don't quote me on that. All right, take it easy, Mike Walsh. Do I think that the U.S. should keep a two-party system or that minor parties should receive more attention? I'm going to be honest with you, Gavin. That's a very good question. I think voting Libertarian, Reform Party, Boston Tea Party, Green Tea Party, Snapple Tea Party, I think all of those things are stupid as shit. Uh, I'm not saying that I agree with Democratic and Republican, but you quite literally throw away a vote when you vote for a Libertarian. I get it. You want to stand for something. They will never, ever, 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 ever be president in the United States. You mark my words on that. There is no way an independent or a anything other than Democratic or Republican will never fly. Do I agree with it? I guess. I guess I agree with it because I can't change it. So I think you taking 30,000 votes away from one of those people causes the problem we have right now. When you look at the total popular vote, which means absolutely jack shit, but when you look at the total vote, right, you calculate this 50.4 to Joe Biden and 48 to Donald Trump. There's a lot missing there, right? If you add that up, that's 98.4. Where do you think those other votes went to? Yep. There you go. So that those other votes, you might as well have voted for the party that you kind of believed in. Like just a little bit. Because at least then we wouldn't be having these hiccups like this one. Oh man, that number got even bigger.
Look at Georgia. Less than a 50,000 vote difference.
I essentially think you're throwing away a vote. Because you messed up the system. That's it. That's it. Whether you agree with Republican or Democrat, you have to pick a side or don't vote. Because you throwing that vote away because that person wants to say, hey, I got all these votes. Look at Ross Perot. I think Ross Perot was the closest to ever as an independent. But you'll never get anything. There'll never be a debate. You'll never win more than 2 states. Forget it. Just forget it. It's silly. It's silly. Here's the deal. If we didn't have an electoral college, Hillary Clinton would be president right now, and she'd probably get reelected. So the electoral college has helped. Again, we're the only place in the world, not just United States, in the world to do it. If you go by popular vote, Hillary Clinton would have won by 2.4, 2.9 million votes. Joe Biden would have easily won at this point. And the way it's looking in these other states, Trump isn't going to pull that. It's not going to happen. I mean, I just showed you the numbers. They're not looking good. Not at all. Pretty damn close, 45 lies. Pretty damn close. Voted for Ross Perot. A lot of people voted for Ross Perot, Jeep Dog. A lot of people did. Granted, I was very young. very young. I couldn't vote, but my daddy told me he was good, so I would assume. I haven't done any real research on him. Yeah, but maybe not, John. Maybe not. Yeah, but what politician or what president has never not lied to you? Even Reagan lied to you. Kennedy, every president, when they're going for their campaign trail, all they tell you is pipe dreams. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm gonna do this, and they never do the shit that they tell you they're gonna do. So those are all technically lies. How much they lie? It's how many times you catch them.
We're about to lose Georgia. There's one county that's not 100%, and it's a Biden county with over 300,000 votes.
I told you, Bree. I told you earlier today we were gonna lose. I told you.
That's insane.
I don't think Trump's gonna take Pennsylvania either. If he loses any of those three on the right, it is officially over.
There's no locked-in blues in Pennsylvania except for one. So Biden's going to get more votes in Pennsylvania. Oh my gosh.
I told you, Bree. Why are you acting all shocked?
Because it's not right.
It's not a matter of whether it's right or wrong. Trump, I don't know. I don't know how he could have fixed it, man. I don't know. I learned to shut up. I don't know.
Well, that's a bummer.
What are we going to do about it, Bree? What the fuck are we going to do? You think it's really going to affect our bottom line? No. No, I'll pay more taxes. That'll happen.
That is exactly why you gotta move to Florida.
You gotta go to a Republican state.
Yep.
You gotta just apply for sanctuary in a different state. You know how people come here from different places, like Snowden, trying to get, well, he didn't come here. He went to other places trying to find sanctuary. I'm just going to chase Republicans around and just start living in their states. And it doesn't, Survival, it doesn't. It doesn't help voting for Joe Jorgensen or any other party other than a Republican and Democrat. It doesn't. If anything, it's probably going to help out the person that you would have preferred to vote anyway. Roughly. That is absolutely true, XD. There's no difference between Trump and the next man as far as taxes are concerned. He tried to save money just like everybody else. Everybody else. There's no difference. Lee Finney. Hey, brother, you just joined Patreon too. Thank you very much. The news in the UK says Biden is the better option. Americans I've seen are saying Trump is better. Only time will tell what happens in the US. Yeah, majority of the people that you'll find online are obviously one of two people: Trump supporters, Biden supporters. The reason why I support Trump is because he's the current president. And some of his policies and his brush. There's a lot of reasons. But you have to know when you've been beaten. And this is Trump's time. There hasn't been, thank you, John, there hasn't been many presidents that haven't reran. George Bush, Sr. Who else lost? That's all I can think of right now. They usually get a second term. I can tell you right now, Trump is stressing his ass out. You best believe that. He's sitting down saying, oh my God, I am about ready to lose Georgia. And I just made a video today saying we won it.
In a normal year, last night, Biden would have conceded. because there wouldn't have been this many mail-in ballots. Last night, Biden would have gone up and Biden would have conceded. But since there's so many ballots that haven't been counted because they're counted
The mail-in ballots, yeah, the mail-in ballots helped out.
everything.
Mail-in ballots definitely helped out Biden versus Trump. Absolutely. I mean, you're seeing that now because that's what they're counting first. They counted first the walk-ins, the people that went to the event, not the events, the poll, whatever, the voting poll station, and then now they're counting what people mailed in. I'm not New Jersey. I'm not. I I I don't know where you got that. I said that Biden is better. I don't know where you got that from me because I didn't say that. That I would never say that. I don't care if those words would never come out of my mouth. Like I said, there are a lot of reasons. Yeah, and it just went down another 0.1%. There's a lot of reasons why I prefer Trump over Biden. There's also a lot of reasons why I don't feel that Trump is the worst president we've ever had. And Nevada isn't friggin' moving at all. How's the counties looking in Georgia?
Not good. I don't know why that one tiny county has so many votes in it, but it has a lot.
It's probably the county that Atlanta's in.
It's next to Atlanta.
Yeah, Jimmy Carter was also, I always get these mixed up. Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, right? One was a vice president turned president. Is that Jimmy Carter? Yeah, George Bush Sr. also lost to Bill Clinton. So, yeah, I mean, there's a couple. Wait, which presidents didn't get a second term? Which presidents didn't get a second term? Let's see. Cleveland, yeah, I was a bad president. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Let's see. Why is this sorted by country? What the hell? What am I looking at? Why does this have the list I'm looking at has got like different countries. Here we go. John Adams, yeah. Taft, yo, you want to see a terrible president? Go look that guy up. Gerald Ford and Jimmy Carter. George Bush, yeah, and Donald Trump soon. Nixon, yeah. If he didn't resign, he would have got impeached. Well, Alaska's starting to close. That's good. They're finally doing something. Not like it friggin' matters.
Trump has filed suit in Georgia already.
Of course he has. Filed suit for what?
For a recount because they got votes in after 7 p.m. on election day. So he wants those to not be counted or something.
See, that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see Trump filing a lot of suits about votes.
Yeah, because there's one in Georgia, we know that. We know that there's one in Michigan, possibly one in Wisconsin.
Well, on that note, I'm going to dip out of here because I got to poop. You guys be good. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I've kept it real because it's the realest. You feel me?